Hi everybody, it's Wednesday, January something, 13th or 14th, I'm really not sure. I have to look for the date. But it's time for some Stampin' Wednesday, and I have in front of me a piece of cardstock. Did you notice that? It is basic white, 8.5 by 11. I am going to use this and use a technique we haven't used in a really long time around here tonight to create not one, not two. We're going to create 4 card fronts. And we're going to add to this card front 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I'm counting 8 stamps with 5 different colors of ink plus a sentiment. And I want to have fun with it. And I want to use a brand new set of a bundle that is live as of this past week, from our January to April calendar. And we're going to use the Gears and Textures. It has 16 stamps. We're going to use 8 of them today on this card. And there are 16 dies that coordinate with these stamps. We're not going to use any dies today. We're just going to use stamps. But this technique is so fun. And I want to show you what we're doing here. So stay here, join on, tell me what you think of this. Tell me if you've ever used this technique before, or even better, how you're going to use it in the future, because it's going to be great. It's a great way to make 4 cards. We're going to make 4 masculine cards today using this very easy, simple technique, and I can't wait to show you. Let's start with a stamp and some pecan pie ink. Now I'm going to stamp. It's going to feel a little random, but I'm going to stamp kind of in a grid to make this card our own. So I am stamping, can you see? Kind of down a line, down, just making it my own. Making it my own, and this does not take a very long time. It takes you longer to ink up the stamps and put them down than it does anything else. So what do you think? Do you feel like we got enough pecan pie on there? You're going to see what we're doing here. It will all make sense before we're finished. Let me close the pecan pie. And we're going to use colors time and again. We're not going to put all of the stamps for one color on at once. We've got some pecan pie. Let's use a little pretty peacock. I have to tell you that I love this swirly stamp. It's just magical. Now I'm going to stamp a little bit off the paper, right onto my glass mat. That's okay. And I'm going to stamp again. I'm random stamping. It's okay. You do it how suits best for you. And tell me when you figure out why I'm doing this type of a pattern. If you don't know, that's okay too. And we'll talk about it. So can you see that we got a little bit of a pattern style going on here? It's okay. I'm going to leave a spot here and a spot here, a spot here and a spot here for adding my sentiment to this. So it's okay. We're just going to add color. Okay, there's some pretty peacock and pecan pie. We'll come back to that in a minute. Let's add a little more pecan pie with this gorgeous, it looks like chain link, and you can see I'm already wearing ink. It's all good. It's all good. I'm not going to put a lot of these chains on here But what it's going to do is it's going to help me get a little direction on my card, because I'm going to make, like I said, 4 cards with this. They don't have to be perfectly straight. It's all what you think you'd like to have. I just want a little bit on each of my sections. There. Easy peasy. Next color up in my color list here is a little crumb cake with some splatters, sploochy splatters. Remember, we're using 8 of 16 dies. There are more dies, or 16 stamps. There are more stamps in this. You could make this any way you wanted. We're gonna just add a little crumb cake. Just add in some pattern. It's okay, you put it where you think it's going to be best. I'm just plopping some on. Well, maybe I'm not really plopping, but I'm judiciously stamping. How's that? Judiciously stamping. I'm using big words today. Plop and judicious. I'm just putting somewhere I feel like it would be kind of cool on there. So there we have it. There is our crumb cake on there. I want to add a little Lost Lagoon next, because that's our next stamp here. And the last one we have is Old Olive. So a little crumb cake, and we have this wheel. I want to kind of add a wheel, and I want to add it here, and maybe we'll add one here, and maybe we'll stamp off a little. What do you think of that? Let's stamp off a little. Ooh, kind of cool. And let's do another one and a stamp off. And let's add a stamp off in 2 more spots. So let's add a stamp off here, and let's add a stamp off up here. They're just going to kind of roll on one another. The next we have is, what do you call them? Like hash marks. Hash marks, that's what they are. Again, I'm trying to blend all of these colors and our styles together. They don't have to be anything specific. Can you see the pattern starting to come out? And I am certainly, as you can tell, just randomly stamping on here, trying to connect, but not really worrying about it. It's so much fun. I love doing this. It is so fun. Okay, let's add a couple more. I feel like I'm filling in holes now. I feel like we got some holes in here. I think we maybe could do a little one up here, maybe stamp one off over there. It's all good. Just filling in some holes. We're going to save our Lost Lagoon. I think we're going to do some stamping, do our sentiments in Lost Lagoon. We have 2 more stamps. One of an Old Olive ink. One of these is a smaller wheel. And we're going to add these. I'm thinking these are going to be great, like right in the middle of that sploochy. Yeah. The circle, inside the circle. I love how they kind of look like they're spattering around. And I absolutely love them in those circles. I'm not going to do all of them. We'll just do some of them. But let's pop one up here. And I love that that the ink colors are not completely, they're just styles. They're just, okay. One more to complete this. And it's actually, wait till you see it. This is a splot. You know, like an ink splot. Watch. Wow. I like that they're different shades and colors, and I think it's so fun. So how are you feeling about it so far? How are you feeling about it so far? Tell me what you think. I can't wait to hear or see your comments or see what you do. And you could do this with any stamp set that you had that had lots of designs and bits to it. It would be so fun. Okay, so we have a light, a light, a light. Maybe let's put one right here. There we go. I think we got them all. So can you see our pattern? It kind of comes in a T pattern across. I feel like we could add a little bit more like here and maybe here and maybe one over here and maybe another splooch on there. Let's do a splooch right in here. I feel like we didn't quite come all the way across on both sides. Okay, so we have Thinking of You, and I think on the inside of my card, I want to write Happy Birthday. So we're going to start with Thinking of You, and we're going to ink it up well. I'm going to ink it up, and I'm going to say Thinking of You, and I'm going to move it a little towards the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 4 card fronts. We are cooking with gas. Now, you know that our layers on our cards, we have a 8.5 by 5.5 card base that we score at 4 1/4, and our card fronts are typically 4 by 5 1/4, and this is 8.5. So we're going to cut a little bit off of the sides of this with our paper trimmer. I want to cut 1/4 inch off of either side. So if you don't know where that is on your paper trimmer, this is your gutter. That's where your blade goes. The first line to the left is 1/4 inch. So now we are at 8 1/4. I'm going to turn my paper around and do the same thing on the other side. Now we have 8 inches wide. Let's do the same thing on the top and the bottom. 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch from the bottom. We're going to take 1/4 inch from the top and see how that all comes together. There we have it. So now let's cut it right down the middle at 4 inches. And 4 inches is right over here. I see my mark. I'm going to line my paper up, and we're going to zip at 4 inches. I'm going to hold these pieces together. Well, I'm trying to. I'm going to come to 5 1/4 and line it up. And I'm going to do that with both pieces. I'm going to cut all of these at once. You could do them one at a time. I'm anxious to get them done. So look, we have 4 card fronts. 4 card fronts, and they are all different. Now, I chose to stamp them all in a horizontal pattern, But look, you could do we could have turned it and done it landscape. But there are our 4 card fronts. Right there. How easy was that? Now, they all look a little different because that's the pattern we have. But we've got all of the bits here. And yes, I turned them around. So they're not necessarily going in the same direction, but 4 card fronts. I'm going to grab 2 pieces of pecan pie. I want that to be my card base. I want to show you how fast we can make these cards go. 2 pieces that are 8.5 by 11. So we are going to give these, I'm going to slide these right over. We are going to give these a score with our lighter blade. Our lighter blade at 4 1/4. That, remember, it just scores it. It doesn't cut the paper. That's just scoring it. That's where we're going to fold our paper. And we're going to do it again at 4 1/4. And yeah, I'm doing it twice just because that's just my habit. We're going to turn it landscape so that the long side is up. And we're going to cut it at 5 1/2. There's 2. Let's do another one at 5 1/2. There's 4. We got 4 done, just like that. I also want to take a piece of paper, a piece of basic white, and I'm going to cut it at 5 1/4 and turn and then cut it at 4. So that should sound familiar. We just did that for the front, for the card front, that layer. Now we have a piece that we're going to put our happy birthday on in our Lost Lagoon to go on the inside of a card. I'm just going to do one right now. I'm going to absolutely stamp in Lost Lagoon, happy birthday. Simple, easy, quick. While I have the Lost Lagoon open, what would you say if we added a couple of bits on here? 3, remember 3 is our number that makes any design pleasing to the eye. So we've done that with one of our round bits. Let's do the same with the splatter piece and some pretty peacock. I want to make sure I leave plenty of room to write a message on here. Now, I did stamp half up here, the other half down here. And look, let's just add another. I'm just adding some design to the inside of our card. And of course, while we have it open, let's grab an envelope. Let's grab an envelope and put something fun on our envelope. Let's put, let's see, what can we put on our envelope? What if we did the chain? What if we did that chain and put the chain right along the bottom? Can you see? I'm not going to add a lot to this, to the envelope. I'm just going to put a chain right on the bottom. That's kind of masculine looking, don't you think? I want to add a little of more color to the inside of our card, and then we're going to put it together with some gorgeous dots to go on it. We're coming back to our crumb cake. Remember where we had our sploochies? Because I feel like this is a masculine looking card. I'm doing everything in 3s. Everything in 3s. We got 3 of everything on there. And it's going fast. Last but not least, we don't need to put all of our colors on, but I want some of those. I just stuck my thumb in there. I want some of these little dot splotch, you know, I don't, what do you call them? Paint drops. We're just going to add a couple. Let's add one more right there. We've still got plenty of room to write a message on the inside of our card to someone wonderful. Let's grab our seal. We're grabbing. Grabbing is not so. My mother always told me not to grab, but don't tell her I grabbed my seal. I picked it up. I picked up my seal, and I'm going to lay this right on the pecan pie. Isn't that awesome how it just pulls that color in? That's the inside of our card. Let's take our card base, and which one of these should we add? Let's see. I think we're going to use the one that I picked first. I'm going to make those other cards a little later, but we're going to start, and we're going to add this with some dimensionals. We're going to give it some extra lift because that's how I like to roll. Oh, and you ladies know one dimensional's good, 47's better. 47 dimensionals make my life happy. I'm using my Take Your Pick tool to pop these off. Of course, I got one stuck on. I popped it off and then stuck it back down. Imagine that. You can use your nails. I cut all my fingernails, so I don't have any nails to pick these puppies up. Pick these puppies up. And here is the front layer. We're going to lay that on nice and smooth. And then, of course, now there are some octagonal or hexagons that you could use that are part of the suite for this Gears and Textures. I don't have them in front of me. What I have in front of me are these streaked dots, and I do love them. I love that little bit of shine. So I thought we could take this and add a couple of these around our Thinking of You. So we're going to pop one up there, and then we're going to add one here, and let's add another one here. There we go. So ladies, tell me what you think. That is our first of 4 cards that we're making for, in this case, I'm making it for a gentleman. Thinking of You. You could use this for a female card as well, or a child. I mean, teenagers, I think, would love all of these designs on a card. And we're just saying happy birthday with plenty of room to write a little message as well, starting with our envelope with the chain on it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Tell me in the comments what you think of this, and I want to see your ideas and how you would create 4 cards in one with a One Sheet Wonder. Thanks, ladies. Have a great evening. I will see you on Sunday, 7 o'clock, to do some mystery stamping. Mwah! Bye.